Hello, everybody. Let's check and make sure that we're live. We're live from New York. It is Saturday night. First stream in a month. Nice. We got the audio. Holy smokes. I haven't streamed all year. Let's see if I can still remember how to even do it. Okay, so first off, y'all are gonna need to pardon. I do have a bit of a cough. That's what happens when you travel. I did travel home for, I did travel home for the winter break. It was quite lovely. And now, let's do Block in the Sky. Why not? Followed by Block in the Sky Redux. Oh, why not? So this stream might not last too long, depending on if my throat gives out. But, yeah. I'll just, in the meanwhile, we'll just vibe. So, last stream, we built the new and improved card game hub and board game hub. And yeah, now we have both hubs now, which is pretty great. So also, yesterday, I got to hang out with CJ Purple Princess in person for like the first time in 5+ years. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah. And I learned about this game called Forbidden Island. And also Forbidden Jungle and Forbidden Desert. So these are games I had never heard of. But they're pretty fun. They're kind of like Pandemic. Except in some ways they're much harder. It's very reminiscent of Pandemic, actually. It's a cooperative game where everybody has different roles, and they gotta walk around on a map and stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool. I like it so much. Unfortunately, so, Forbidden Island, CJ and I managed to beat it a handful of times. However, we did not beat Forbidden Jungle. We tried like 5 times to beat it, and we couldn't. It is a hard game. So, we gotta figure out how to how to do it. Okay, so also, this igloo is going to be replaced with a different thing, because I also got to meet up with David the Fox, which is pretty rad. So, yeah. Oh, and this is a volcano that I built over the Christmas break in order to place the switch for the floor is lava. And currently there should be a dropper map, but it currently isn't there. So, deep hole in it. This is your escape route. Make sure I'm not losing anything. Yeah. So, yeah. Currently, that's your escape route. It's just that. Which is unfortunate, but we can figure that out over the course of this stream. So, let's see. Forbidden Island. How should this game be classified? Probably as a friend group game. Because it's kind of like Pandemic. Or Terraforming Mars or something like that. Except it's not going to be a too terribly ginormous, ridiculous game. So, Yeah, so it's kind of like terraforming Mars, but it's not too terribly crazy. Yeah, so I also added houses for Sheriff of Nottingham, Castle Panic, and King of Tokyo, which are also fun board games. Let's see. What others did I add here? Let's see, I got Thud. I've got Mastermind. So, some games that we can work on. I think I also added to the Card Game Hub. So this right here is the Board Game Hub. So some games to add potentially could be something like well, okay, let's add the house first for Forbidden Island, which is also going to be kind of a 3-in-1 kind of deal. So let's maybe make this a big house. So this is Board Game Hub. I think it's house 2. Nope, I don't remember what I called that thing. Okay. I have all the different house structures underneath the Card Game Hub. So I guess I can showcase that. Okay, so this is the Card Game Hub. It's pretty cool. Oh, Coup. That was the new one that got added. It's right there. So, yeah. And did I add here? We didn't play this. Yep. So the way that the teleporter pads work is you no longer turn on the game. All you got to do is just walk over, walk into the house, and just step on the pad. That's it. So, yeah, this is the arena for Coup, and it's got all the different expansion packs and all those different things. So, yeah. So yeah. And then all you gotta do, it's same as before. You just, when you want to leave the hub, you just walk out. Hold on, my brother is texting me. My brother got bitten by a squirrel. Classic. Okay. Yeah, so I got Collapsy and Mini Golf and Speed and Projective Set all over here. And then over here I got Uno and Dominoes and Ono 99, Apples to Apples, Egyptian Rat Slap, Blackjack, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I really, really love this hub. It's worked out really, really well. Mr. Onion. I will eventually build that game. Eventually. Okay. And then it's underneath the Card Game Hub, where I placed all the house structure things. So we want this house. Board house thing. Okay. So let's yoink you. Okay. And then, so this water tower, CJ Purple Princess built this thing based on the water tower from the Gaming Christmas Countdown. What's up, CJ? I'm just showing all the lovely viewers the water tower that you built, inspired by Snakearoo J. This game was, and then you gotta climb the ladders climb the vines and access that. So watchtower built by CJ Purple Princess. Yeah. Okay, and over here. So these are the teleporter pads for the Board Game Hub. You just pop on over. And yeah, CJ, remember what we talked about? This igloo, we should replace that with the Gaming Christmas Countdown hub area, whatever that place was. Okay, and then over here, we're placing a new game. Bet you can't figure out what the game's is gonna be. Actually, it's probably gonna be very easy to figure out. in about 2 seconds. Okay, that needs to go -3. Nope. See there. 5. And let's scoot this back by 8. Nope. Away. Nope. There we go. And then down. And this is a good place. It's gonna be a nice big house. Let's flatten these into paths. Remove those maybe. There we go. And here's the little house. Yes, that was the HQ. Yes. Okay. New house just dropped. And what is this house going to be for? Well, unfortunately, this game is gonna be under construction at the moment. Oh, that's the music. I got scared for a second. I thought it was like I thought something was exploding. Okay. So, I love these Christmas wreaths. So, under construction. This game is approved for... Let me just look this up. I'm not going to spoil what the game is just yet. I want... CJ, it's probably going to be very easy for you to guess what it's going to be. But I want you to guess anyway. Let's see. This is a game for... crap. Wikipedia doesn't have the information I want. There we go, Board Game Geek. Board Game Geek always has the information needed. This is approved for 2 to 4 players. Really? Nah, we can do better than that. Let's, you should be able to do it single player. And... that's 6 players. Why not? Complexity, I'd say, is high. Maybe mid? Like mid to high, maybe? And then, the biggest giveaway, of course, inspired by CJ Purple Princess and David the Fox. And this is probably going to immediately give away what this game's going to be. Oh. Oh, you don't hear music? Oh, no. Hello? Okay. How about now? Do you hear the music now? Yeah, we were very much destroyed by this game. And it did not go well. Okay. It's not tic-tac-toe. Okay, unfortunately I do have to remove the leaf. What do you think the game is? CJ, you wanna say it in the chat? Also, would you like to hop on the server and play some games? Forbidden, We have Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, and Forbidden Jungle. 3 for the price of 1. Because they basically have the same mechanics, although Forbidden Jungle has some fancy new mechanics, but I don't see why we can't use... I don't see why we can't do Forbidden Jungle mechanics for the other Forbiddens. Actually, Forbidden Jungle kind of is a entirely different game. It is a very different game. Okay, so anyways, inside here, we need to decide on what block the teleporter pad should be. Okay. Okay. So the way that the pads work with this new hub is that the block can be whatever you want. Just so long as the board game ones aren't shared, it's fine. Like it could be a repeat of a card game one. Yeah, they're all kind of complicated though. Should this even be mid, maybe? Okay, like for context, Pandemic, I believe, is high. Yeah, but also Ticket to Ride is high. Although Ticket to Ride's high for a good reason because it takes a bit to figure out. Battleship is mid. So Risk is high. Chinese Checkers, I believe, is mid. Yeah, and Sorry is low, so it's definitely not going to be low. When we're talking about complexity, we're really trying to think about, like, as the player, how much do you have to think about any particular time? So, like, Catan is high. There's a lot of building, there's lots of stuff going on. Quedlinburg is mid. Terraforming Mars is OMG, because there's a lot to track. Zombicide is high. Azul is mid. Which one's this? Sheriff of Nottingham is low. These are the ones that I just added. Castle Panic is mid. King of Tokyo is mid. Actually, it might be worth just calling it high. Pardon my cough. Yeah, maybe mid. Okay, so with that context, I think the Forbidden series should be high. Okay, so now we need to decide what block should the teleporter pad be. And to figure that out, we go over to the old hub area. This tiny old place right here. Because here I have laid out all the blocks that are used as pads. And let's see. Looks like we have not used Crimson Logs yet. So I think we can do that. Crimson Stem. Okay. Crimson. There we go. Okay. Right. Yeah, okay. Crimson Stem is the teleporter pad block over here. Alright. And then we hop on over here. And the block is Crimson Stem. And then we gotta do some coordinate work to figure out where to make the signs glow and where to place the and also make the pads actually work. Okay, so let's pop into the code here and let's show the screen. That is the wrong screen. Infinity. Okay. Okay. Data packs. This is the board game hub. Yeah, the Forbidden series is pretty cool. I'll be on my way when I just gotta dig out my laptop from my 4 suitcases. Yep. Yeah, that's a vibe right there. I was doing that last night, so yeah. Yep. Classic. Okay. So we want teleport a pad, teleport to game, and then we gotta copy this guy. So we'll call the game just, well, internally the code will just be forbidden, because it's forbidden all kinds of different things. Okay, and then active off, we're gonna copy that to forbidden. I'm gonna copy this to forbidden, copy this, and copy this. The interesting thing is a lot has gotten easier with the addition of the new hub. Like, to create new games, this is all I gotta do. Like, most of it is visual. This is the only thing that's actually like relevant for making it function. So a crimson stem is what this block is called. Yes, crimson stem. Okay. Then that is game number 36. I'm also going to write this down in my collection of all the games, just because I want to make sure it's kept track of. Okay. Forbidden island / desert / jungle. So this is gonna have the new code system, forbidden. And this is 1 to 6 players, high. Okay. Well, I should also write down the different codes there as well, because that's really helpful. Okay, so code forbidden, and we're no longer going to do the single character things because we don't have to. And 1 to 6 players, high. Okay, so that's the teleporter pad. The teleporter pad is now active. That's all you got to do. And then this can send to the actual pad, or the actual game. Teleport to forbidden. And then the cool part about the Emerald Door system is this is all the code that's needed. Actually, no, this is for the this is for laser tag. But the cool part is like all the timer stuff is handled with just one scoreboard. That was why I had the switches originally, because each individual game had its own scoreboard for the timer, and I was worried about overflowing on scoreboards. But now, not an issue. So, basically, all the games are always active, and that's not going to be laggy beyond ridiculous, because it's only checking just beneath you for an emerald door or a diamond door. If you don't have one of those, it doesn't even bother, which is pretty awesome. The real test is going to be can David the Fox join the server? Okay. So these are the coordinates for the sides that need to get a little glow up. Okay, so there's for active, inactive, or inactive, inactive. Oh, I love this song. Okay. And then for the max players present, we just do this. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So this gets the visual part done. And then one last bit is we need to make it so you can actually activate the game once you hop into the dimension. And that is this activate and deactivate. And then once the game is actually ready, then lag book. is what does the lagbook GIF specifically is what does that work. Okay. So then we do let's see. So then we also gotta make sure the sparklies are the right color. So let's hop into my desktop and Minecraft textures 1.21 Minecraft textures. We want block and crimson. I want crimson stem top. Not the strip, this guy. Yeah. Okay. So we gotta get the color and then pop it into MC Stacker. Let's. Okay. So let's import. Oops. No. Oh, okay. Okay. And then. What's it doing? Okay. We want to make this kind of pinkish color. And there. So that's the code needed for the particles right there. And once we get the oh yay, it's okay, you can be quiet, that's fine. I can do all the yapping for you. Not an issue. Okay. And then we want to place the actual activator block over here. So that's for forbidden. And so that's block for the activate the game. And we can edit. There we go. Okay. Save that. And now all we need is just to build the game. At which point we only have one function to modify, and then nothing else. Just that. It's all done. So then comes the hard part of just building the game. Okay. Okay. And then we pop on over here. Okay. And this command block needs to have forbidden. And this command block needs to have the deactivate game. There we go. And up. Nice. Okay. And yeah, that's that. 4 command blocks is all that's needed to make the hub actually work, which is pretty awesome. Which hopefully makes the lag slightly better. I mean, I'm flying around okay. Ooh. Okay, 27 FPS is not great. But, you know what? It's decent. It's better than like the 2 and 3 FPS that I was getting. So, yeah. This is a huge improvement. And that's definitely not Couped I'm talking. Definitely not. Mm-mm. Why would I ever do that? Okay. Yeah, so here's the teleporter pad for 5ndthst. What's up? Yeah, here's the teleporter pad for 5ndthst. I don't remember if I showed you this, CJ, but I turned the house sideways, and even the inside with the torches. So, yeah. So that's 5ndthst. and you get up here using the launch pads. So, yeah, there we go. 5D chest of the multiverse time travel. And I tried to make it look like a volcanic rock, like maybe the top of the volcano blasted this thing off the ground, and yeah. I don't know how well it turned out, but yeah, I tried to make it look like the volcano formed and then just blasted the thing off the ground. So that's why it's sideways. I don't know. Okay, so CJ, what would you like to play? We now have Coup. We can also, if you're not in the mood to play but you want to build something, we can build the central, like the hub workshop thing over there. We can also build the dropper map for the volcano. Ooh, big lights in the sign. Oh, mod is blocking it. Oh no. Okay, well, that sucks. Oh yeah, because this server I didn't install anything to like prevent the reporting people, so that might make some mods go crazy. Sorry about that. Shoot sliders. Mouse. Let's get a single player. But they are definitely party games. Cool. You know what? I wonder if I can make Clue be an infinite players kind of game. Well, at least we can do like 20 players maybe. What up? Yay! We can see your chat. Woo! Yay! All right. Alright, what do you want to play? Oh, this, by the way, is the lag book. So you can right-click that and get a book, and then just choose a game. So yeah. Oh, you want to play Pandemic? Okay. You want to try out Coup? I know you were really interested to see how Coup would be implemented in Minecraft. So, if you're interested. Well, I can play Pandemic. That works as well. Yeah. Alright. That's the card game hub. Because that's a card game. Welcome to the card game hub. And Coup is right over here amongst the party games. Okay, I want to make sure the signs actually glow properly. Yeah, they do! Okay, that's awesome. Yay! So yeah, this game can handle a lot of players. So, here we go. Just register as a player and we can play. Okay, so no teams and no embezzling. Yeah. And we'll have 3 of each card in the deck, so you can run statistics if you want to. Oops, I picked up your cards. Oopsie. Sorry. I promise not to use that. I promise not to use that. Okay. So, I am an ambassador, so I am going to exchange. Do you accept my action? Okay. And I'm gonna get rid of that and that. Okay. Let's exchange 2 cards using the ambassador. Go for it. Okay, I'm real quick gonna write down Coup needs to play a flow and chat and forget add that. That's mildly important. Okay. Let's see. I am a duke. I'm going to take money for it. Okay. Yep. Objection! Yeah, go for it. Okay. I am an assassin. I will kill your card. Now, do you want to block that? I don't think you have a Contessa. Well. Hold up, you need to hop out of creative. Okay. Nope. Sorry. Okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna register over here. Nope. Okay, so you do get kicked out of the game when you die, so you gotta re-register. Okay. And then the begin round is behind you, if you wanna turn on the next game. Behind you. There you go. What are you gonna do? You want to take foreign aid. Go for it. I am an ambassador. Okay, cool. Let's do you and alright. What do you want to do, CJ? Wants to steal. I want to block that. No stealing from me. Oop. Womp womp. Yep. I, in fact, am going to steal. Pa! It's my money now. Nope. I am still the captain. Also, any good captain would want to block the steals, so... Okay. I'm gonna... find it. You want to take Foreign. Go for it. I'm going to... I'd like to assassin. Okay. Okay. Again? Let's see. You need to win. Come on. We can't... Uh-oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. I can see him moving. That's weird. Let's try this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. That really sucks. Okay. That gives a good excuse to do this. Because I forgot to do that originally. Equals your turn. S. Oh, not Torah. Title. Action bar. It's your turn. Color green. There we go. And then we want to do effect it as glowing. One for true. And then we also need to do the little blue arrow. Item model. Nope. No, it's a special code with it. We want to /summon and item display. This item is paper with item model. Should be the token / player. Tags is not a marker. There we go. Oh, I'm still wood. Okay. And then this needs to be billboard vertical. There we go. Hey. Okay. And then this needs to be S and PP E that equals 2 dimension tag equals your marker. There we go. Okay, and that should do it. Okay. So that's that. Cool. Okay, that's basically all that needed to be fixed with Coup. And so, let's see. What can we work on in this stream? Let's see. So, Coup is working. That's the new game. Let's see. I guess today we can pick a new project to work on. So, like, we can pick a new small project or a new big project or something like that. And some of the things I do need to still figure out what's going on. So. I should just download this. Okay. So Forbidden Isle. So okay. Let's see if we can. Let's plan out our next project. So Clue. I've been trying to work on it. And I just keep running into strange difficulties of like things where not only do I not know what to do, but I don't even know how to do it. So unfortunately, Clue and Cripple Mr. Onion are going to be. It's always C games. I always do poorly when it comes to the C games. That is so funny. Alright, what other C games do I have? Let's see, Castle. Castle actually wasn't so bad. Okay, so maybe that's a C game that's not too terrible. Actually, let's look at the list. Let's see. Chinese Poker was the first one. That doesn't really count because that was just tough anyway. Crazy Eights actually wasn't too difficult. Okay, Coup is okay. Collapsing was okay. Cat in the Box I haven't tried yet. Chess was a nightmare. Okay, so that's an indication. Codenames keeps breaking in weird ways. So, like the map doesn't work, and I don't know why. But Codenames itself is okay, kinda. Checkers was difficult. Shoots and Letters haven't tried. Chinese Checkers actually went halfway decent-ish. Yeah, Clue is rough. Connect 4 is really rough. Like, weirdly rough. 5DHS actually went pretty decent. Like, surprisingly decent. Okay. But I guess the big examples of I struggle with C games is Cripple Mr. Onion and now Clue. And Castle was okay. Okay. So yeah. Clue's gonna be rough. That's just gonna be one of those games that's kind of like Cripple Mr. Onion, where as I come up with ideas on what to do, I'll work on it and chip away at the project, but in between those times, I'm just gonna be working on something else. So, yeah. So that's not gonna be the next big project that I'm gonna be like dedicating a ton of time towards. So, let's maybe look through the games and see if we can look at a Hermitcraft TCG might be like it's a fun project, but the issue with that is I'm I'm gonna struggle to start. But I think once I start, it's gonna be decent. So, also, I don't know. Is Hermitcraft TCG even worth building? Like on this server? Because mostly Hermitcraft things. Although, I guess, now that I know that the card game hub is on the land of Hermitcraft. Oh, I forgot if this landed all the way over here. But now that I know that it's on the land of Hermitcraft, like, I don't know, maybe it makes more sense to actually be on. Yeah. Maybe now it actually makes more sense to be to have Hermitcraft TCG. Because that is also a Hermitcraft product. I love these paths. Okay. So let's look at what else we have. Let's Coup. Poetry for Neanderthals. Yeah. That should be decently quick. So burrito, I don't know how to do that one. We didn't playtest this at all. I also don't really know how to do that one. Flux could be a pretty big project. Exploding Kittens is a okay-ish project. Flux might be fun. Might be something fun to work on. That's gonna be a big project. Cap the Box, haven't really looked at it too much. Splendor, yeah. Let's go police Onion. Big 2 and President. Just one of those card games where it's kind of like when I just went on a rampage and built like Bridge and Whist and Tianlin and Castle and just a billion games at once. It's like, yeah, it's kind of boring, honestly. Okay, so as far as games that could be kind of fun to work on, or that I can get behind and excited about, Flux. That'd be a fun game. That is also, it's also a custom. It's a completely 100% custom game. So there's a lot of work that's going to be involved with that. It could be fun. Let's see, what else? Sorry, I'm feeling it. Clue's gonna be a monstrously huge game. Mousetrap, Shoots and Ladders, small game. Monopoly, I started working on Monopoly and then kind of dropped it because it kind of got tedious. And when I came back to the code, I tried to get back to coding Monopoly like over Christmas break, and I could not follow what I was trying to do. So that's gonna involve a rewrite. And then Monopoly 2 is just mainly there for the memes, so we'll figure out if I ever get around to building that thing. Same with Chess 2, it's mostly there for the memes. What game is this? Sudoku. I want to rebuild Sudoku, but I'm gonna be in contact with Braveheart to figure out how to actually do this in a way that's not stupid. Because the way I did it the first time was very stupid. So I need to talk to Braveheart about how to make Sudoku in a way that's not stupid. Go. It's decent. Tic-Tac-Toe and Tic-Tac-10. Tic-Tac-Toe. Also started work on it and then kind of got bored. I haven't tried again to build it, but I don't know, it's kind of boring. So I guess if I'm in kind of a mood to just do something boring, then this would be fun to do. Dots and Boxes, same thing. Mastermind could be fun. So Mastermind is kind of like Wordle, except without words. So that could be fun. Could be a quick project, just to get back in the swing of things a little. Thud, I need to look into how to even play that. So Mastermind's a small project that we can work on. So let's see. Let's write down the ideas we have. Sudoku, Talk to Braveheart. Flux is a huge project. Mastermind is a small project. What else I got here? Scrabble, Ticket to Ride, Pandemic. Which one's this? Catan, that's a huge project. Quacks, Terraforming Mars, huge project. Zombicide, relatively big project. Azul. Azul's actually kind of fun. I saw that at the game store. And it's one of those things where, like, the projects that I can get behind and get excited about is relative to what games boxes I recently have seen. So, like, over Christmas break, I dug through the game chest that I have back at home and came across, like, oh, here's the Risk board. I have that on Minecraft. Here's the other Ticket to Ride versions I have. Okay, let me put a reminder to implement those maps. And the more recent one I saw is Azul. So Azul I saw in a game store and was like, oh yeah, that's a fun game. So Azul's maybe kind of a medium project. Some, like, between a small and a big project. So that's decent. Sheriff of Nottingham, yeah, that's a small one. That's a pretty quick game. We'll have to figure out how to do some of the mechanics with this one. It's also a bluffing game. Yeah, I gotta figure out how that works. Castle Panic is also a cooperative game, which is kind of fun. I don't know. King of Tokyo is a pretty gnarly game. Like, it's not necessarily gnarly in terms of mechanics, but it's not gnarly in terms of what the players have to do, but it's pretty nuts in terms of what needs to be tracked and how many things are going on at the same time. In fact, King of Tokyo is kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, King of Tokyo is kind of on par with Hermitcraft TCG. In the sense that, like, I mean, what needs to be tracked with both of them? Well, with King of Tokyo, what needs to be tracked? Health, coins. And then we just gotta have the ability to throw dice, to attack and defend and whatever else. And, like, in terms of basic mechanics, it really is that simple. The difficulty comes in with, like, what do the special cards do, and, mostly just figuring out the UI. Like, how do I make it nice and intuitive as to what's going on, and what the deal is, and what you should be trying to do. So, it's tricky. We'll need to figure something out with that. Let's see. Forbidden Island / Forbidden Desert / Forbidden Jungle. This is one of those games where, like, I'm kind of excited to do that, mostly because I feel like, mostly because, like, after failing Forbidden Jungle multiple times, I want to implement it just to see, like, can it be beaten? And just, yeah, it's one of those cases where, like, I want to just do it, just to do it, you know? Mostly just to play the game. So Forbidden Jungle / the Forbidden series could be fun. So, how big of a project is that? That's actually a pretty big project. This is going to be a lot to work on. There's going to be a lot of work with that. Yeah, and really it's going to be 2 games in place of one, because Forbidden Desert and Forbidden Island are basically the same. Forbidden Jungle's the complicated one. Because you actually have mechanics like moving tiles around, which is pretty gnarly. So, yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna figure out some stuff with that. Although, the nice part about doing Forbidden Jungle yourself is that, or doing it on an online system, is that a lot of the complicated things can just be tracked for you. Like, especially with Forbidden Jungle, there's a lot to track, and you can very easily lose track of, like, the pieces. So, yeah. That's a thing to worry about. So the interesting thing there is, with Pandemic, there's kind of a similar thing where, like, if you run out of any particular disease cube, then you lose the game. However, with the online version, that's not an issue. So I didn't even really implement that as a rule. Doing so would be pretty straightforward and pretty easy. But, so yeah, that could be interesting. In fact, I wonder if maybe the Forbidden series could actually be done as like a immersive experience, maybe? So like, Forbidden Jungle has... So the way that those games work is you have a bunch of tiles, and those different tiles correspond to different things. And I'm wondering... Okay, so this is something David the Fox actually came up with. Having tiles. Okay. So the issue with that is, first off, you need to be able to see the board, like the whole board at once. That's kind of important. You don't want to be surprised. See, this is actually something this is something I didn't even consider when it came to something like Pandemic. Because the whole point of Pandemic is we're all, like, I mean, even the arena is kind of designed... Yeah, let me just show you what that is. Wait a sec. Why am I able to... Oh, because I'm in the crate. Okay. Let's go over to Pandemic, just to see what I'm thinking about. Oops. I have failed to place the teleporter pad. Whoopsie. Yeah. Okay, so look at this arena. And see what it invokes. So you have the map. You still have people's movement tokens moving on the map, but the whole point of this arena is that everybody is above the map. Everybody's above the game. There is, like, you're moving your pieces around, you're doing your thing, you're punching players to give each other stuff. But the whole point is that you are above the map. Hence also why you have all these FBI screens, because these are like global things. You are basically playing God in a way, and you are above the game, and you're trying to beat the game, but you are above it. That's in contrast to something like Forbidden Jungle, where you still have your players moving around, but the difference is that you're not. I guess it's kind of like Kina Tokyo in that way. Because with that one also, you're not really above the game. Okay, so Pandemic, it makes sense for you to be above the game and beyond the reaches of the game. Like, you can actually hang out outside the map entirely and go, Like, that's kind of the whole point of Pandemic. In a similar vein, like, Castle Risk, or Risk and Ticket to Ride kind of work in, kind of are similar in that regard as well. Like, with Risk, again, look at this. Well, Risk, it makes a lot of sense because, like, you're gonna have your guys hanging out everywhere, and so you're gonna be dispersed across multiple places, and it doesn't really make sense to be immersed like that. You're not. Everybody's above the game, throwing dice and whatever else. So it makes sense in the sense of Risk. And with Ticket to Ride, it really makes sense because you're quite literally above the game. You are plopping down things on top of the game. So it makes sense to be above the game when it comes to something like Ticket to Ride as well. Speaking of which, did the texture pack update with India map? Okay. Is Asia map? India. Why? That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong texture. Ugh. Okay. Why are you doing that? That's the wrong texture. Grr. Wrong. Okay. Let's see. So, anyways, with something like Pandemic or Ticket to Ride or Risk, it makes sense to be above the board. And even with Pandemic, with your play, even though you have individual movement tokens, like player tokens, that mark your position, it makes sense to be above the board. With Clue, it doesn't really make sense to be above... Okay, here's the comparison. With Clue, you can be above the board, but it's not really a necessity. So, hence why Clue is going to be a massive multiplayer thing that's like a entire immersive experience. So you can make Clue an immersive experience because it's not a game that requires you to be building stuff or that makes sense to be above the board. Or that kind of demands to be above the board like that. Meanwhile, the Forbidden series see, here's the potential issue that I could see. Because with the Forbidden series, you need to be able to see the whole map at once so that you can plan out what to do. But like, you need to be able to see the whole map. But you also... That actually sounds good. We're going to be above the map with this one. So, this is not going to be an immersive experience. Because you do have to be able to see the whole map at once. There's no exploration involved. So, yeah. I guess that's the biggest difference. Like, Clue has exploration as, like, that can be made into kind of a core mechanic. That being the ability to explore the map as you please. So that's why Clue's going to be immersive. But yeah, the Forbidden series is not going to be immersive. That settles it. Okay. So not immersive. We're going to have our We're gonna have our own board. Okay. Okay. So Forbidden is gonna be a big project. Like I'm thinking potentially on par with Pandemic. Maybe slightly smaller than Pandemic. Well, that is kind of the next best comparison, really. Yeah, so on par with Pandemic. So slightly less of a project than Risk. Much less of a project than Flux. Because Flux, I also have to invent all my own cards. But yeah, I think that could be a worthy big project. Azul. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, real quick, how is Azul actually played? Let's look at that. And Azul also has a bunch of expansion packs. Okay, let's look at some pictures. Alright, so Azul is played on a board like this. You have a bunch of your, you have like an individual board where you're placing little squares down. You have an individual points token. You're collecting your squares from these circles here. And yeah, you're basically placing those things down like that. Okay, so it's like a building game where you're trying to, you're like collecting things on here and you're trying to build over here, which is okay. And we don't really have to worry too much about the like supply of colors, because those can just be block displays, not an issue. It'd be fun to make little patterns, but ooh, in fact, yeah, how come the white, black, and yellow ones are the only ones with patterns? We could do something really fun with those patterns. Huh. This is getting my brain a-tingling. Okay. My brain is a-tingling. Okay, do we have a okay. Expansions. We have Crystal Mosaic, Special Factories, Joker Tiles. Okay, what's special about this? Crystal Mosaic. So it looks like the play works basically in the same way. What's different about this? We have Azul Duel, which, sure, why not? Actually, okay, what? Queen's Garden, Stained Glass of Sintra, Summer Pavilion, Esther Chocolatier, and Azul Duel. Let's see. I saw some of these at the... Yeah. I also saw this at the Game Store. Garden. Is it... What's special about this? Oh. Oh, it's like Azul but with hexagons. Interesting. Azul with hexagons. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to be implementing that, because that is a very different kind of game. Stained glass of citrus. Very interesting. What's special about this one? Damage one supplies. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this looks like Azul but with diamonds? Ooh. Okay, this is Azul but with stars. With Rhombus's and stars. I don't know if I want to build that one. I mean, I guess that's something. Okay, what's this? Oh, this is just regular Azul, but with just 3 textures. Hold up, are those actual chocolates? I guess technically I can build that one. Just minus the chocolate part. Okay. This better be as inedible. Oh, fun. Okay. Alright. Zoom tool. So this one's specifically for 2 players. You know what? Maybe we don't need all the extended effects with this one. It could be fun, but like... Okay, this is a bit like implementing the different Risk expansion packs. But like, the thing is, every expansion pack to Risk changes a lot. Like, a lot. Well, they're either retextures or they change a ton. Like, Castle Risk is already kind of pushing it. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it adds a lot more... Castle Risk adds a lot more mechanics to it. Which makes it... Honestly, the only reason I even implemented Castle Risk is because it's one of my dad's favorite games. Like, I was specifically trying to implement Castle Risk, and I just kind of implemented Risk on the way. Because they're, mechanics-wise, they're very similar. I'm not sure that's the case with Azul, though. Like, those mechanics seem pretty different. This is what makes Ticket to Ride ideal for expansion packs, because, like, Ticket to Ride just introduces new maps. It doesn't really change the core functionalities of the game. Not too much, anyways. Whereas with, Ticket to Ride doesn't change the core core mechanics. Azul does. That's what this research just did. Confirms that the Azul expansion packs do actually change the core mechanics quite significantly. Which means it's going to be very difficult to implement the expansion packs into Azul. So, we're not going to. That settles it. We're not doing that. If we're gonna build Azul, it's just going to be Azul. Oh, CJ just joined back. Okay. We can do 6 players. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's... talking to 3 people at once. Oops. Oh no. You know what? That is quite fair. Okay. So, while you were away, we were trying to plan out what next project to work on. So, just thinking in terms of what new projects are there. So, Sudoku, I'm going to talk to Braveheart about how to Sudoku. We're doing that from scratch and ditching the old system because the way I did it was very, very stupid. Mastermind, small project, could be decently quick. Uh-oh. Hello? Are we back? Hello? We back? Okay. Masterminds. Oop. And I just got booted. Looks like my internet hiccuped. So, Mastermind, small project. It's kind of like Wordle, but whatever. That could be a quick little thing to work on. Azul is a decent, could be fun. Could be something quick. Maybe slightly, so we'll call it smallish. Because it's like, it's a small plus kind of project. The Forbidden series is going to be a pretty big project. Like that's one of those big games. And then Flux is a huge project because we gotta custom build our own cards with that. It'd be really fun though. So for Forbidden, so also CJ, something I was thinking about. Because, so, David the Fox brought up the idea of making the Forbidden games immersive. Like, where all the different tiles are things that you actually walk around through. And I thought about it for a bit. And I was really comparing, like, for example, Pandemic, or Ticket to Ride, or Castle, or Risk. With Risk and Ticket to Ride, you're building, so it makes sense to be kind of above the game. With Pandemic, you have the player tokens running around, but for thematic purposes and for the purposes of making, like, for theme reasons, it makes sense for the players to be above the game and basically playing God. With Clue, it makes sense to do immersive because exploration is kind of a part of the game. Well, it can be made a part of the game. It's not too terribly important to be able to do. It wouldn't be too terribly important to make it so you could see the whole map at once. You really don't need to do that. So Clue makes sense to be immersive. With Forbidden, as you just pointed out, well, okay. Ignore programming complexity. If it's a fun project, I will work on it, okay? The issue is... Oh, and I just crashed out again. The issue is with the Forbidden series is that you need to be able to see the whole board at once. And that already kind of disqualifies it from being an immersive thing. Because you need to be able to see the whole board at once. So you can't really do immersion. So, with that also, it makes sense for the players to be above the board, kind of like with Pandemic and Risk and things like that. I don't know. CJ, what do you think? Oh, and also, I was also talking to the viewers about Clue. Unfortunately, Clue is one of those ridiculously huge projects, kind of on par with Cripple Mr. Onion, in the sense that it's like, it's one of those things where like, I've now been repeatedly running into roadblocks, and as I come up with ideas, I'll chip away at that project a little bit, but I keep running into, okay, so I was saying that, Forbidden Island, Forbidden Jungle, those things should not be an immersive experience, because you have to be able to see the whole board at once, and also, yeah, you have to be able to see the whole board at once. So it should not be an immersive experience. That's in contrast with Clue, because Clue can be an immersive experience, because it's not important to be able to see the whole map at once. Speaking of Clue, it's kind of going the way of Cripple Mr. Onion, in the sense that it's a ridiculously huge project that, like, I keep running into roadblocks with that one, and it's just going to be a nonstop struggle bus. So, eventually will be built, but it's one of those things where, as I come up with ideas, I'll be able to, as I come up with ideas, I'll chip away at that project a little bit, but mostly it's just going to be a struggle bus. Which is exactly why I'm picking out a different project to work on, because I'm currently at a roadblock with Clue and with Cripple Mr. Onion. Monopoly I started work on and then got bored. And Tic-Tac-Toe started work on it and then got bored. But not so much bored as more so just it got kind of tedious and I ran out of energy to do it. So yeah. So I think it'd be good to work on some of these kinds of things. And the Forbidden series is a big project. It's going to be a lot of work, but also I think it's going to be quite rewarding and quite fun. So that's why I'm adding it on here, because it's going to take a bit to work on, but yeah. So that's that. So I think in the next couple streams, or in between, well, I'm probably not going to have, yep. That sucks, I'm sorry. So during the streams, or if I have time in between streams, I think what I'm gonna work on is Mastermind. And let's see. We can do Mastermind and we can do Azul. Both of those are decently quick, or at least Mastermind is gonna be pretty quick and pretty straightforward. So I think that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Yeah. So yeah, I think, in fact, yeah, Mastermind is basically like Wordle. So, yeah, why not? And Azul is a decently big-ish project, but also kind of smallish. Like, mechanics-wise, it's nothing too complicated. We'll just have to figure out how to make the boards look like they're supposed to. And be the properly interactive boards. So I guess I could do what Chinese poker does. With like all the, or rummy or something like that. Yeah, I think I could just do a Chinese poker thing. That would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Azul. Okay. So Azul can be done with like some ideas with that is so we can do board tables, kind of like with Chinese poker, and decorate the tokens, or decorate the tiles with fractals. Because that's what I study in my math, and I think that'd be really cool. So each one of the tiles is going to be different colors and have different fractals on them. I think that'd be... And also, they're squares, and the things I study are square fractals. So that'd be perfect. Okay. Okay. I think I have a new project. I have a new thing I want to work on. Azul! And then after that, Forbidden. We're gonna get into the Forbidden Island, the Forbidden Jungle. I think that'd be kind of cool. So yeah. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Oh, fun fact. CJ probably didn't know this. Pandemic is not supposed to have unlimited cubes. With Pandemic also, like there's only a certain amount of like disease cubes that you can have on the board at any time, and if you run out, then you lose. That's the way it's supposed to be done. I did not implement that in my version, partly because I thought it was dumb, but also because it you have the numbers on the board. If you really want to just declare a loss, you can at any time. So I didn't implement that as a thing. Yeah. So, but for Forbidden Jungle, I think a similar kind of thing could apply there, where if you want to impose a maximum, you can, but if you don't, then you don't. So yeah. Yeah, still lost a lot regardless, so yeah. Well, we'll have to see, right? Okay, so in the next couple streams, Mastermind, this will be a quick little project. Should be done in maybe one stream. Maybe in between streams if need be. Azul is maybe a stream or two. So, well, this is mostly just to, like, these two games are mostly going to be there just to try to get back into the swing of things and try to get the... Yeah. Mastermind and Azul are mostly just to get back in the swing of things, back into the developer mindset, and see, like... Because the other thing is school's going to start tomorrow. So I want to be able to... So these two games are basically going to be like also a test to see, like, what's my brain going to be okay to do? And then we can jump into Forbidden. Because I don't want to start a big project like this and then end up dropping it partway through because my brain breaks or something like that. So yeah. And Sudoku's Sudoku. That's more of one of those like build a game kind of things where I'm going to be building one level at a time. But I do need to talk to Braveheart to talk about like what is desired in a Sudoku game and what should be done, how should we do it. School starts next week. Lucky you. Yay. Okay, so in the meantime, we got about half an hour left. Do you want to play some Pandemic? There. Shall we play some Pandemic? Yeah. Pandemic. Oh, and by the way, you can also go to that game by going into the fountain and stepping over here. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy honkity honk. First we'll have some effing pie and we'll do some caroling. That's how I always hear those lyrics. It's like how Here Comes Santa Claus. It's like, so hang your stockings and say your prayers, because Santa Claus is coming tonight. Pandemic. Pandemic. Nope. Yeah, the only real issue with the new hub system is that you have to close the doors. Well, you don't have to close the doors, but it's just you can choose to close the doors if you want to. I do it just out of habit, but yeah. I guess technically not a requirement. Okay. 4 epidemics. Let's do win by eradicating. You don't lose by running out. Let's not reshuffle pandemics. Let's not do that. We can unrestricted disease. We can do unlimited dispatcher. We haven't really tested out realistic politics too much, so we can do that. Yo, Anita Devi 9863. What's up? I don't believe we've met. Welcome to the stream. Games.javamonk.scalacube.live. Java edition 1.21.11. So, yeah, come join. Yeah, we could do unlimited research stations. Why not? Nope, it is not on Bedrock. Sorry, Anita. No Bedrock edition, unfortunately. Aw, okay. That sucks. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, we're good on 4 epidemics and realistic politics. Okay. Let's do it. Over there. There we go. Looks like it is your turn first. My role is researcher, a useless one. Okay. Contingency planner, yo. Well, now, going to doing your ability is no longer going to destroy cards. So, use as you please. Alright. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a better roll. Ooh, I'm gonna give myself a better role, because researcher is utterly useless, at least in the ways that we're doing things. Because normally you're supposed to, like, you have to be in the city that both are in, and you can only pass that one particular city code back and forth, which I think is kind of dumb. But also, I didn't bother actually implementing that as a restriction. So that means researcher is a worthless thing. Craft is disabled on this server. Nice. Function. Let's do. Okay. What role should I get for myself? Let's see. I really like medic. That's just my personal preference. Let's do the player tokens, first diseases, player roles. Okay, so you're a contingency planner. Dispatcher lets you move as other players. Medic. I do like the medic. Okay, but also, we haven't really done much with the quarantine specialist. In fact, I don't think any of us have had the quarantine specialist yet. Okay. Medic or quarantine specialist? So, medic is super curing. Quarantine is prevents placement near you. Medic is the one that, medic. Medic is the one where, like, if the disease is cured, you can just vacuum up the cubes as you move, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So I do need to place this as a command block. Okay. And then we're going to do try to replace entity P like a main hand from entity at N. Tag equals distribute roles. There we go. Oh, that's quarantine specialist. Never mind. I want medic. There we go. There we go. I am a medic. There we go. Oh, government grant? Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. So I am now a medic. Go for it. Nice. Okay. Okay. Let's see, nobody around over here. I'm gonna head over. Okay. Taipei, get cured, and Osaka. Sasha and London. Yeah. Time to abuse your system. Time to abuse the system. Wait, does it not do it? Oh no. Hang on. Because there's a special thing that needs to happen. Okay. With no manageability. So I want to pick a card. Okay. Okay. Hold in your hand. I'm gonna... There we go. And... Okay, sweet. Okay, so Remagine doesn't work, and I don't know why. I do not understand why. I think it might be because of something. Oh no! Epidemic! No! Yep. Yep. It's because that's stupid. For some reason, I can't detect when things are being held anymore. That used to be a thing, but it's not anymore. Which is very annoying. Okay. So that means anytime you rummage to the deck, or through any deck, we're gonna do this. Okay. What is this command block? Okay. Pick card. So this function just refuses to work for some reason because we can't target. For some reason, we can't target the cursor held pane anymore. So we're gonna do that. to that. Okay. So. Only one person can rummage at a time. That's already a fact of this game. So, whenever one of us rummages, this will be our rescue. So there we go. So, whenever one of us is rummaging, the other person's just gonna have to push this button to escape. Oh, and reminder is hold the item you're grabbing, because otherwise it's not gonna do the thing. Okay. Good. We can rescue each other from the from those places. Oof, okay. And Lagos is looking bad. I do have 3 yellows though. What's the closest I can get to? Oh, that's not a good place. Okay. Let's do 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, airlift. Okay. Hold on to that. This is not going to be useful. Kinshasa and Moscow. I got 3 yellows and 3 blues. So, yeah. What do you want? You have 2 blues, 1 yellow. Ooh, okay. Alright. Get airlifted. Come here. Okay. Blue and blue, and that's not working anymore for some stupid reason. And it's 2 as an action. And I don't know why. Okay. Rummage can't work with cool. Ooh, can you also give me your yellow? Then I'll have 4, and it'll be easier that way. Okay. Cool. Yay, thank you. Alright. And now we cured blues. And oh no. Yep, Lagos is not looking good. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Rummaging time. Wait, what? It worked that time? How interesting. How about Lagos? We're gonna abuse the ever-loving heck out of this. Okay. Yay. Nice. Ooh, I have forecast. Ooh, and this reminds me. Okay. Alright, what do you want to do? I gotta fix one of the things here. Right here. Okay. 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 Cool. That takes care of that. Okay. 3 reds and 2 blacks. Ooh. Okay. Oh, and I got 5 yellows. Okay. Let's cure the yellows too. Okay. Alright. Sasha? Oop. Oh yeah. I'm vacuum now. Okay. Okay. We shall end the stream once we finish this game. Why are there pinks? Did we add the pink disease? No. Why are they pink then? That is very strange. Yeah, that is incorrect. Okay. We need to set its Like, it doesn't technically break anything. It just is weird. And Montreal also has pink for some reason. There we go. Don't know what's up with that. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay. Let's see. Anything else I can just vacuum up now? Ooh, I should probably get over to Milan. Oof. Okay, nothing. None of our diseases got uncured, so that's good. Okay. Ooh. I got 2 blacks now. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some big giant circles. Big giant Christmas. Because why not? Give me an airlift. Nice. Alright. That's a 1. And a 2. Okay. Oh. That is very strange. I have no idea why pink disease keeps showing up, because there's no reason for pink disease to be showing up. That's so weird. Okay. Let's cure that. Pink disease. Yeah, COVID keeps popping up even when it's not supposed to. Where have we seen this before? 4 black and 4 red. Yay. Okay. So we really need to get over to Santiago. That place is not looking too hot. Okay. Let's vacuum up Europe then. Nope. Okay. Alright. Yeah, probably need to take care of Atlanta there. There you go. You taking care of Santiago? Okay. Let's see. This goes to Paris. Okay, Moscow's in... Oh, okay, that's fine. Ooh. And boop and boop. Okay. Now I need to get over... Oh, I can go to Bogota. Bogota. Santiago. There we go. Yay! Ooh, I just got resilient population. Yay! Woo! Nice! Alright. Epidemic at Hong Kong. Lovely. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Forecast. Let's see. So first card you play is the last one that gets drawn. So, Hong Kong is on here. Definitely the last one that you're gonna draw. Ho Chi Minh City, that's actually not too big of a problem. Taipei, also not a problem. Moscow, let's maybe not do... Let's see if we can eradicate the blacks before we get to Moscow. Kinshasa, not an issue. Paris is gonna be annoying. Okay. Okay. So, first card you play is the last one that gets drawn. Our infection rate is 3, so... Hong Kong... this turn, Yeah, Hong Kong's in trouble. Okay. I do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that gives us enough time to need to get into Hong Kong. Ooh. Let's see. Let's do, I'm gonna warp over to Milan and see if I can go on a rampage through the blacks. 1, 2, 3. Damn! Almost. Okay. Get over to Hong Kong. Save it. There we go. Yay! Okay. That's cute. Yep. Okay, cool. Shanghai. Okay. Going to Mumbai. And then St. Petersburg and Moscow. Blacks should be eradicated. Alright. That's a very disturbing sentence in any other context. Uh-oh. No! Alright, we gotta re-cure blues now. Dang it. Yep, he was saying Europe a bunch of idiots. Didn't follow health advice. Now we gotta re-cure that disease. Dang it. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Kinshasa. Okay. Okay, I want to keep my blues now, because unfortunately, what do I do with that one actually? I guess I can go here. Okay. Let's see. Lima is over there. Okay, that's handy. Johannesburg, maybe not so much. Oof. Okay. Can you take care of Jakarta? Okay. Try to eradicate the reds, because that'll be good. Let's see. Madrid. Okay. Okay. Atlanta. And Washington. Oof. Blue epidemic at Essen. No! Okay. Oh, but a lot of those were black. Yeah, we basically had one quiet night because the blacks were eradicated. So, that's kind of awesome. Okay. Let's see. Really? Washington, D.C.? Really? Okay. Let's go here. Montreal. That. And let's see. Let's go to Lima. Let's see. Well, I don't need blacks anymore. Okay. Yay! Woo! Nice! Alright. Making good progress. So fun. Oh no. Dang it. Oh, Essen. Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Ooh, we got forecast. Okay. So blacks and reds are completely eradicated, so try to load everything onto the blacks and reds as much as possible. See if we can cure the blues before we get too far. Yeah. London, Paris, and Santiago. Good. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's get over to Paris. And here. And Essen. And here. Alright. Can get rid of blacks. Yep. When was Dimension Sisyphus happy? Alright. Let's turn on... how about Extreme Bike Trip? Paris in London. Alright. London. Bye. And... Paris. Bye. Okay. Okay. Let's delete Santiago. Boom. Okay. Santiago is no more. No more things will be placed in Santiago. Yay. Okay. No. Okay. Wow, that realistic politics is just barely. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, 2 blues. Give me your 2 reds. Yay. Alright. There we go. Airlift. Nice. What's up? Yes, V5DT. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are currently playing Pandemic. Resilient. Nice. Let's see. What city should we remove? Maybe hold on to that. Hold on to that resilient population for a bit. I also have airlift, so yeah. You can do something with that, maybe. Okay, Can you see if you can eradicate the reds, maybe? Okay. Okay, still good on the blacks there. Let's see. Okay, Europe's in trouble. The yellows are cured. Okay, let's do this. Atlanta, and then Paris, Milan. I can't get to St. Petersburg. Dang it. Okay. I'm happy I have that vacuuming ability, but still. Can't get to St. Petersburg. Okay. Yeah, and then yellows are really in trouble, so. Let's see if we can get to the. Let's see if we can get to that before the realistic politics hits us. Alright. Blues are now eradicated. Okay. Unfortunately, I have no easy way to get to the yellows. Because I can go 1, 2, 3, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the best bet. Nice. Alright. Cool. Alright. You got the reds? I'll go sweep through the yellows. Go chimney sweep into the yellows. Ooh, government grant. Oh, that'd be really nice, actually. Okay, I'm going to place this in, let's do Bogota. Because otherwise it's going to be really annoying. Okay, Johannesburg, Kinshasa, Lagos, and Sao Paulo. No! Blacks. Blacks got uneradicated. No! What would be good to do resilient population? Throwing a wooden Christmas tree around here. Alright. Bye-bye, Sydney. Okay. Oh no. Oh, I see. Hang on. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Can I do a hot fix and make that work? Okay. Wait, what did you get again? Oh. Gov grant to Tehran. Okay. You're good. Okay. Okay, so you can take care of Tehran. Re-eradicate the blacks. I'm gonna sweep through here. Okay. I guess I don't need no on. Yay! Alright. Nice. Okay. And we're well on our way to eradicating the yellows. And see if you can clean up the... Oh, fuck. Come on. Okay. Bogota, Miami, Mexico City. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna pop the... Just pop the One Quiet Night. And... Yeah, we just did this. Come on, man. Yeah. Okay. Yellow with Los Angeles. All right. Alright. LA. Okay. What's a good way to get to Africa? Actually, you know what? Let's clean up these reds. Okay. Can we get to... Ah, Beijing. Haha. Reds eradicated. Okay. Hopefully it stays that way. Shuffling the player discards again. Okay. Yay! Okay. Got the black and Ria. Yep. Five coming back in full swing. Okay. enough of this. Okay, let's go to Hong Kong. Okay, yellows are now eradicated. So, if they do revert, they're just gonna cure instead of that, yeah. Okay. Final turn. Come on. Final turn. Final turn. No! Okay. Final turn. Algiers. Istanbul. Baghdad. And we meet in Riyadh. Yes! Man, realistic politics is... I think this is actually kind of perfect. Like, yeah, it's just enough to be irritating, but also not... It's not too much to where it's impossible to win. It's just enough to be irritating. Okay, beautiful. Alright. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you for playing, CJ. In fact, let's go back to the hub. Good game. Wow. All right. To the hub. Let's make sure the sign light turns off. Yes, it does. Beautiful. Okay. Yay! Alright. I think that'll do it for today. Hope y'all enjoyed the first stream of the year. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised they even knew how to stream at all anymore, because I haven't streamed all year. I am hilarious. Okay. Bye! Later!